it happened. I was playing the other day, and it was at the Lifetime Fitness, and just playing regular games, regular rec play. There was a guy by the entrance just watching, right? Just watching people play. And we finished our game, and I hold my paddle like this. I don't know if that's right, wrong, ugly, indifferent. This is how I hold it. It just feels natural to me. I grab it and I hold it like this. I've tried this way, and I just don't like it. So this is how I typically hold it, right? So he's watching us play. And our game finishes, he comes over to me. He's like, "You're the only other person I've seen who holds their paddle like this." He said, "I hold it that way too." And everybody was ragging on me and telling me that it was wrong. And I said, "Well, how, if it works for you, I think it works for you. I don't know that there's a wrong way to do it." And the four of us who had just played were at the net, and everybody kind of agreed of like, no, most people hold it like this, or in some variation, right? They hold it maybe like this or like that. And then he showed me, he goes, "Yeah, but look what happened." And he showed me the inside of his elbow, and mine's not inflamed, but it was significant. And I kind of looked at it, and he does not know that I'm a physical therapist. And I said, "Wow, how long did you play for?" And he rolled his eyes, and he was like, 3 hours, and I just learned how to play the other day. I said, "Yeah, okay, that will do it." And he laughed it off. He said, he was maybe in his 40s or 50s. And he said, "Nothing some ice and some ibuprofen can't fix." And he's right. He's right. Short term, ice, ibuprofen, they're fine. They'll work. Long term, this guy's either got to fix his grip or start getting everything around his elbow muscles stronger. One of my absolute favorite things is to show people this. When you wiggle your fingers, let me see if I can get a good angle here. When you wiggle your fingers, I don't know if you can see it that good. I wiggle my fingers. Can you see the muscles on my forearm move? A better way to do this is you do it. Look at your elbow and wiggle your hand. And you will see that the muscles in your forearm start to move. And when you grip, and if you hold the inside of your elbow, when you grip or go to squeeze, you will feel the muscles underneath your thumb tighten. Okay? Almost all of the muscles that flex our wrist and flex our fingers and extend our wrist and extend our fingers start at our elbow, okay, on the bony prominences on either side of your elbow. So yeah, if you have a death grip on your paddle, if your knuckles turn white on your paddle, yeah, feel how hard it is underneath there, right? Versus gripping your paddle loosely, there's really no tension under there. Versus a death grip on it, yeah, there's going to be tension under there. And if you are holding it for dear life for 3 hours at a time, whacking the ball around, it's going to blow up on you. And yes, ibuprofen and ice will help it in a day or two. The long-term solution is to get that stuff stronger. I want these videos to be practical and useful for you guys. So I want to show you how we can start to get that stronger. I'm going to use a paddle. You can use a hammer. You can use a water bottle. You can use just about anything to start improving the muscles that flex and extend your wrist and control your hand muscles that start all the way up by your elbow. Okay, so the first one is real simple. We're going here and back, here and back. It's important to keep your elbow at 90 degrees with this to recruit the right muscle groups, okay? But we're gonna go over, and we're gonna go that way. Over, or go that way. And it is not going to feel like much. And we wanna practice that loose grip on the handle. You do not have to grip this like you're holding on to somebody for dear life. Nice, easy, loose grip. Just getting the range of motion through there. If you should be able to get the paddle parallel to the floor, and then parallel to the floor, maybe even a little bit more this way. If you can't, we need to work on range of motion. Okay, I am looking at myself here. I can see I'm getting bored with this. So it's not the most exciting of exercises, but it is really helpful in starting to recruit and strengthen your forearm muscles. That's the first one. Next one is even simpler. We call this radial and ulnar deviation. It's real exciting. Radial and ulnar deviation. Okay? And the last one is going to be flexing and extending. Hold the middle of the paddle for that if you really want to. Right? It's going to be awkward to hold it here and do it up and down. I would honestly hold the middle and just practice this, right? Of just starting to strengthen some of the prime movers of your forearms. The other way would be to flip it and do this. It's so simple. How could it possibly work? It's better than doing nothing, certainly. And really, again, you shouldn't be holding that for dear life. So in addition to these exercises, another good long-term solution is to find a grip that works for you. Learn the strategy of the game, because obviously different shots you need to be gripping at different intensities. So learning the strategy will help to not spend hours and hours at a time with the white knuckle grip on the paddle. And then the other long-term solution is get your shoulder muscles and your back and your posture muscles in a good place to have a lot of endurance to be able. If you watch the great players play pickleball, they are not flipping around like this. A lot of their movements are right here, and they're really simple and they're really small, and they're not a lot of wrist movement. It's a lot of just stable base, and it's movement that comes from their hips and their core too. So that's it. I appreciate you. Thank you for spending some time and your attention with me today. I hope this is helpful. Keep moving and keep getting better every day.